So in today's video, we are going to be splitting out the hash rate on this node Octaxe. So we did split out the hash rate on the two node QXs up there, and that was for half in Bitcoin and then half in Bitcoin Cash. And we can now split the hash rate on the node Octaxe. So we have kind of the same capacity that we have on the node QX up there. So half of the hash rate is split between each one. Bitcoin Cash and then Bitcoin, and then we're going to do the same thing with the node Octaxe here. So this comes from IX Tech, and I'll show you some other releases of firmware that you can get as well for the node Axe variants. So that includes the node QX and the node Octaxe, and I think the node Gamma, so the modified version with the LCD screen. Mainly this is to add a little bit more hash rate onto Bitcoin Cash, because right now we only have 5 terahash mining Bitcoin Cash, and we probably want around 10 terahash overall. So we're gonna give 5 of this over to our Bitcoin Cash pool, and then we're also going to level out the Bitcoin pool. So that's gonna have around 18 terahash once we minus off the 5 that we have here, and that should give us better odds of actually hitting a Bitcoin Cash block as well. So we kind of displayed this hash rate splitter in the past. So if you go watch that video where we split them on the node QXs, you'll understand what we're doing, but we'll run you through kind of what's happening in the background as well. And if you want to try it out for yourself, I'll leave everything linked in the description. Again, you guys can get 10% off on the node Octaxe from Power Mining, same with the node QXs and the Gamma Turbo, which is coming very soon. So you can use that to support the channel. One thing I want to mention is that we have 8 chips on here, and we can only do 2 pools. So I think in the future, I'm hoping that they come out with an upgrade where you can split it into as many pools as you want to, and we potentially could have each chip on a certain pool. So you have 8 chips under the board, you can mine, I don't know, 6 or even 8 SHA-256 coins that we can stick that onto. I don't know if that is coming in the future, but we'll head over to the computer now and show you what we're actually doing with this node QX. I want to mention as well, our highest difficulty, if you can see in there, is 6.58G. So not particularly high for a high terahash miner. We've hit way higher on our original node QXs and the Parasite Pool node QX, which are up there. I think that one's 898G. So this one has only been running for probably 2 months, so that's the low difficulty explained. Let's head over to the computer and check it out now. As I said, today we're going to be looking at the splitting of the node QX hash rate. So this is coming from IX Tech, which I believe the owner is in 21 Infinity We Trust, or let me see here, Trendcraft I think it is called. If we go back, yeah, so Trendcraft there. So if you want to go follow him, please check out that. I want to note one thing, that this firmware update also allows you to go way past the kind of promoted overclocks that you can do, which means that you can basically push it too high if you leave it on at a higher overclock. And I wouldn't recommend at all you actually go in for overclocks on this. As you can see, you can get up to around 15 terahash on one of these, but this is also water cooled as well, so please don't try to kind of replicate that. Ours is currently sitting at 8 terahash. I wouldn't recommend going past the kind of default set overclocks unless you know what you're doing with that. So I just want to make that very clear before you end up overclocking it too much. And this is water cooled on the VREG and the chips, so you're probably not going to be able to push it to that without it overheating. And here are some results, so you can see there 15.4 terahash overall and the efficiency there. So that's just one thing I wanted to note about that, but also you can split out the hash rate using this firmware that we have here. I also want to mention or shout out another firmware which we've seen as well, which comes from the maker of the LAN mod, and that is kind of encompassed in the LAN mod as well. The same sort of things that you see with the one that we're talking about, where you can go past the overclockable limit, is the same that you see on the LAN mod versions as well. I don't actually know how they got this to be kind of luminescent and the ASIC chips on there. I'd like to know how that works because when we download it, we can't actually get to the ASIC temperatures like that. But maybe that's a future video, or it's a future firmware which is coming out, or not necessarily firmware, I guess. It's more the UI that allows you to see all of that. But this looks very interesting compared to just the average one, with a little bit of neon highlight on these boxes. You have the ASIC temperature, the board temperature, the VR PCB temperature, the TPS, I don't know what that means, and then your fan RPM split out, and then you have your standard ones like the voltage and things like that. This is switched around, so you have a smaller chart, and then you can see all of these up here, difficulty, the kind of standard things. So you can check that out as well. That would be under Crypto Ice MLH on GitHub, and it will be the ESP miner node QAxe plus LAN. But for this one, I believe it's just the ESP miner node QAxe plus, and that comes from the same people. So if we click in here and we go to releases, you can see a release for all of the NerdAxe variants. So you have the NerdAxe, NerdAxe Gamma, Nerd Eco, Nerd HAX, I've never actually seen that, Nerd Octaxe, which we're using today, Nerd Octaxe Gamma, Nerd QX++, Nerd QX+, Nerd QX, and that's pretty much it for the Nerd Miner variants. So you can have any of these, and you can split hash rates using any of these machines right here. I'm wondering if it is going to come out for the bitaxe, or someone's just going to port it over. I don't think there's too much of a difference between the two, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to actually do the same thing. But getting it over to 4 pools, like we mentioned at the start of the video, that might be a bigger task. I don't know how much work goes into actually creating your own firmware and UI. So the way that you do it is you just download the ESP miner down here. So don't use the versions up top by here, only use these ones, and then download the bin as well by there. So the www. And all you want to do is go to the settings, scroll all the way down, and flash their firmware onto it. So that's pretty much as simple as flashing your own firmware from the official bitaxe firmware and UI. But you're just doing it with a different firmware by here and a different UI so you can view everything. And the main reason that we are switching over to is the dual pool mode that you see by here. So you can balance out the pool, and you can put a percentage split out to the hash rates pool 1 and pool 2. At extremely low ratios, a pool attempt may reduce its difficulty below the ASIC's minimum supported hardware difficulty. So that's just warning you not to do that. But you can also see this if we go over to our Nerd QAxe. So in our Nerd QAxe dashboard, you can see the hash rate split out between the two pools. So this is currently sitting at 50-50. We have one on Bitcoin Cash and then one on just Bitcoin, mining to solohash.co.uk. It also splits out the difficulty by here as well, so that's useful. And all you have to do, which we'll show you kind of now, is pick the dual pool mode and then set your pool balance and then set your 2 pools. So that's pretty much simple, and we can do that for the Nerd Octaxe, obviously with half of the hash rate being double what a Nerd QX typically does. So as I said, you want to go over to the GitHub. Now you can also use the beta releases. So I'm trying to find out where I got them from. If you click on releases, you can go on the pre-releases that are up there. That actually only came out an hour ago. We're currently using the 1.0.36 beta 3, which is this one by here. A bunch of notes on what has changed. Fix PSU error, which is actually pretty good because I actually ran into that a couple of weeks back. And How Mining also mentioned it to me that it was an error that was turning up for a lot of people. And I think it's just to do with the firmware for the Nerd Octaxe. And it was just an error that's fixed as well. So these kind of custom firmwares are also updating in line with the official firmwares that are coming out as well. So we're using this one, but there is a new one. I don't recommend using the pre-release ones or the beta ones unless you know what you're doing. Only go with the official release, and you can tell if it's a release because it says latest by there. And then if you're using a beta, it will say pre-release by there. Unless you know what you're doing, please use the latest ones or the official ones. And then you just flash it using the same method. So you browse, click on the file, and then click flash, and then same with the UI, and that's going to restart and then give you what you have here, which is where we can select the pool. So all you have to do is click on pool mode and go over to dual pool, and then you can set your balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to balance it 25% to, so it's a bit fiddly where you have to click and drag, but we're going to go 25% onto Bitcoin Cash and then 75% onto Bitcoin. So we're going to have our first pool as Bitcoin Cash, or we could just switch it around the other way because it's already set there. So there we have it, 75% and then 25%. We have one on the solo hash, so that's already put in. And now all we need to do is put in the second pool, which is going to be, we're just going to take it from our settings here, and that's going to be 337. Copy that, paste that in there, change that to a 7, and then nerd Octaxe. The password is probably going to be X, so keep it as that, and then all you need to do is click save and restart, and that is going to restart the miner and distribute it between the two pools, and we'll see what that looks like on the dashboard now. Okay, so we actually forgot to put this to solo hash, so we need to paste that into there. Click save and restart again, because we were doing it to a port that doesn't exist on solo CK pool, so we just restarted that there, and hopefully it shows us the two pools now on the dashboard. Okay, so that actually reset it to 25%, but I can't get it to stay at 25. So we're going to save and try restart that. Hopefully it gives us the pool and the percentage again, because it didn't look like it was giving us it for the 75 and 25%. Okay, so I think it's updated now. As you can see there, pool 1 at 75% and then pool 2 at 25%. You have your shares split out for each pool. So this is going to the Bitcoin pool. This one is Bitcoin Cash. You have your rejected down there. And then your each individual difficulty or highest difficulty since the boot. And that will show you split out between the pools as well. And then obviously your hash rate by there. So currently that brings us up to overall, let me just check on the miner, around 8 terahash. So 6,000 on one and then 2,000 on the other. That is going to add a little bit extra onto our Bitcoin Cash mining so that we can level out the pool a little bit. So we'll wait for that to run up and then we'll check it poolside and show you kind of how much hash rate we're working with for each of the pools now that we've changed over the hash rate for Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin using the node Octaxe. So here we are on Bitcoin Cash and we currently have the two node QXs. They're sitting around 2.5 terahash on each of them. You can see their best shares ever to the pool. And then you have an uptick in hash rate here. That should climb to around 2,000. So overall, that's going to give us around 7 terahash on the total hash rate once it fully spins up. And then if we come down to our Bitcoin one, we can see our total hash rate is 24 terahash, but it's probably not 7. So you have to take around 2,000 away from that. So we're looking at around 22 terahash for Bitcoin mining with the node Octaxe by there. And the best difficulty ever is 6.58. We actually hit a best difficulty of 22.18G on, I know it says Gamma Turbo there, but it's actually the Zyber 8. But let's just check the odds of what we're looking at now. So for Bitcoin, let's say 22 terahash. Odds of that per year, 959 chance. Chance by the 2028 halving, I didn't know that they had this, but 1 in 426. And then chance by 2140 is 1 in 8. So that really puts it into perspective how little chance you have mining Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin Cash, what did we say? We said we had 7 terahash. Let's calculate that one out. And that gives us per year 1 in 19 chance. And then by the halving, 1 in 9. And chance by 2140 is around 6 blocks on average. So that's how you split out the hash rate on the node Octaxe. If you guys want any help or if you see any other cool firmware that you want me to check out, we can display it on the channel. We obviously have the Nerdaxe variant, so if you see some for that, that's great. If you see any for the bitaxes as well, and also the Zybit 8. So the Zybit 8, we're really looking for a newer updated firmware that we can apply onto that, because it is slightly old at the moment and we don't have some of the new features that are coming through with these custom firmwares for the Nerd QX. But you guys can let me know in the comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.